Peace be with you. Dear friends, welcome to Living Flame Podcast website and Facebook group. Gospel reflection for Tuesday in the sixth week of Easter. Gospel taken from John chapter 16, verses 5 to 11. Jesus precisely knew that his hour had come to go back to the Father, and therefore he is making his disciples aware of this situation. But then he says, I am going back to the Father, but none of you ask me where I am going. Rather, you are all filled with sadness. And Jesus' assurance to his disciples in a very positive way. It is good that I go back to my Father, and that is my mission. If I do not go back to my Father, you will not receive the advocate. It is I who go back to my Father and send the advocate. And he will assure you, he will remind you everything that I have spoken. And when he comes, he will prove the world wrong. He will prove the world wrong about sin, righteousness, and judgment. Now let us dwell on these three words: sin, righteousness, and judgment. What is sin? According to Jesus, they did not receive Jesus, his teaching, his preaching, his presence. They did not accept, the world did not accept that he is the Messiah, the anointed one. And that is the sin. And about righteousness, well, that is what Jesus wanted to do. Come here, spread his kingdom, preach and teach, and go back to the Father. He had to go back to the Father. And the disciples will no longer see him. And that is righteousness. Judgment. The ruler of this world is already condemned, Jesus says. Why the ruler of this world is already condemned? Because the world, the rulers, have not received him. Now, precisely when we think about the rulers of this world, during the time of Jesus, they were Herod and the Roman emperor and many others. Maybe he was referring also the rulers of the temple, those who were holding temporary authority over people. They rejected him. That is why Jesus is emphasizing here sin, righteousness, and judgment. Dear friends, when we reflect on this gospel passage, it is filled with inspiration, and we can draw a lot of spiritual resource for ourselves. Now, the advocate who will assure his presence within us, he will be with us. He will strengthen us in whatever we do. And that's why our focus and attention should be spreading Jesus' kingdom here on earth. Now, when we spread Jesus' kingdom here on earth, we will be facing persecution, difficult moments, uncertainties, insecurities. But then Jesus will be always with us through his Spirit, guiding us, inspiring us, strengthening us, leading us. And Jesus will always dwell within us. That is the mission of Jesus when he was with the disciples. And that will be the mission when Jesus goes back to the Father. He will send us the power of the Holy Spirit, who will strengthen us from within. We will be fearless in proclaiming God's kingdom. Let us continue to spread Jesus' kingdom around us through our good works, generosity, kindness, and especially the greatest commandment Jesus gave us, to love God with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our strength and mind, and to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. God bless you.